The news day continues here in One News Now Business. I'm Diego Castro. Here are the biggest stories on the economic and corporate fronts. The unemployment rate in the country climbs anew in July. Fresh data from the Philippine Statistics Authority shows that the country's unemployment rate dropped to 4.8% in July. That's higher than the 4.5% logged in June, but still lower than the 5.2% in the same period a year ago. The absolute number of jobless workers declined month on month as the labor force contracted. Underemployment in the country also jumped to 15.9% in July. That's equivalent to 7.1 million Filipinos looking to work longer hours or for an additional job. The latest figure is higher than the 12% logged in June and the 13.8% a year ago. The PSA says the subsectors that saw the most decline in employed workers were the wholesale and retail trade and the repair of motor vehicles. This was followed by the agriculture and forestry sector. With the rising prices of commodities, Bangko Sentral Governor Eli Remolona now believes that the inflation will likely fall within their target only by the first quarter of 2024 and not the last quarter of 2023. The BSP earlier set that target for this year. In an interview with Business World, Remolona said the adjustment is due to possible supply shocks, as well as the impact of tightening measures on the demand side. The BSP may revise its 5.6% full-year inflation forecast for 2023 in its upcoming policy meeting on September 21. In August, inflation quickened to 5.3%, the first acceleration in 7 months, which bumped average inflation from January to August to 6.6%. Remolona adds that they may still hike policy rates to manage inflation. Business World's interview with Remolona is available on Business World and the Philippine Star's Facebook pages, as well as the Business World TV on YouTube. The Philippines and South Korea have signed a free trade agreement on the sidelines of the 43rd ASEAN Summit. Free trade talks between the two countries began in 2019. According to the Trade Department, the FTA could provide for banana and canned pineapple exports to Seoul in about 5 to 7 years. In a video posted on social media, Marcos noted that the signing of the FTA is a milestone for the country's economic partnership. He also touted that this would help generate more jobs, as well as help the Philippines prove its value as an investment hub.
The FTA will strengthen our bilateral trade and investment relations with the Republic of Korea, especially as it generates jobs and contributes to the Philippines' value proposition as an ideal regional hub for smart and sustainable investments.
We'll be back with more stories after the break. Keep it here on One News. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Diego Castro. Another headline from the ASEAN, President Bongbong Marcos and Vietnamese Prime Minister Pham Minh Chinh discussed a possible rice importation deal. During their bilateral meeting, Pham proposed a 5-year agreement for the exportation of rice from Vietnam to the Philippines. He said this move will help ensure food security here in the Philippines. Marcos Jr., for his part, welcomed a long-term supply agreement as an opportunity to dampen volatility in domestic rice prices. Vietnam is currently the Philippines' leading source of rice imports. Nikkei Asia has reported that some 90% of the Philippines' 3.7 million tons of rice imports last year came from Vietnam.
Our two countries will complete an intergovernment agreement on rice trade, so that Vietnam can interfere at one export to the Philippines, like issue of food security. We look forward to having stable framework of cooperation on rice trade for a long period of at least 5 years.
You have identified really the main issue for our countries, and that is the food supply. And in Asia, food supply is very much determined by rice and the prices around.
But for now, supply pressures can still be felt on the ground. In fact, some retailers in Muntinlupa have already limited the amount of rice that customers can purchase amid the implementation of the price ceiling. Retailers have imposed a limit of 1 kilo of rice per customer. They say stocks of cheaper rice are hard to come by, and they have to limit customers' purchases or they would quickly run out of supplies. Because of the cap on their purchases, some consumers now say they would prefer to buy the pricier kind of rice.
Para po lahat ng dumating o lahat ng ano yung mapagbigyan, hindi iisang tao. Kasi kung iisang tao po ang pagbibigyan natin, baka sa 2 oras, ubos na po yung stock namin, hindi po aabot maghapon. Kaya hinahati-hati lang namin.
2 kilo sana. Mamasahe pa ako ng 20 pag pabalik ako dito. Doon na lang kahit may 50, yun na lang bibilhin ko kaysa mamasahe pa ako ng 20 pesos dito pag bumalik ako dito.
Some retailers have also opted to fake price signboards on special rice just to show that they are complying with the price ceiling. However, the Trade Department earlier clarified that the price cap only covers regular and well-milled rice. The Muntinlupa local government reminds retailers that they do not have to cheat the price ceiling just to comply. The LGU is also considering extending assistance to retailers affected by the price cap.
The top consideration siguro would be in easing yung cost ng rentals nila. Pero kasi kino-compute din kung ano ba ang impact din sa amin nun. In terms of the revenue generated by the market. Pero sa tingin naman natin na kayang ma-absorb yun kung hindi tatagal ang situation natin.
One expert flags the post of House Speaker Martin Romualdez about global prices of rice declining since the country's implementation of the price cap on the staple. Romualdez posted a chart on social media last night with a statement that seemingly attributes decreasing prices in the world market to the locally imposed price cap. Assistant Professor J.C. Punongbayan of the UP School of Economics clarifies that the chart is not an actual reading of current prices. Rather, the chart is supposed to indicate predetermined prices for rice that would be contracted and traded at a later date. Besides it only being 3 days since the price ceiling, Punongbayan also deems it absurd that the local policy would affect the world market.
Based on the reports coming from the FAO as well as other media organizations globally, rice prices are at a 15-year high already as of August. He was claiming that rice prices have gone down already because of the price ceilings. There's no expected effect that if we impose a price cap locally, it will have any impact on global rice prices.
And those are the top business stories of the hour. I'm Diego Castro. Join us again at 2 p.m. We are One News. All sides, all the time.